Hello students, now we are going to discuss about structure of an atom. This is a new chapter, structure of an atom. Here structure means arrangement or composition. Structure means arrangement or composition. What is mean by atom? Okay, what is mean by atom? Atom means the smallest indivisible particles are called atoms. Okay, once again atoms means the smallest indivisible particles are called atoms. According to John Dalton, the smallest indivisible particles are called atoms. Here the John Dalton imagined and defined the atom. The term define the atom. According to him, the smallest indivisible particles are called atoms. After that, after John Dalton, some experimental results gave the information that is every atom is made up of a small tiny particles which are called subatomic particles. Every atom is made up of a small tiny particles which are called subatomic particles. What are the subatomic particles means? Here proton, electron, and neutron. Okay, neutron, these are three subatomic particles which are present inside an atom. Here proton always carries the positive charge. Here electron always carries the negative charge. Here neutron does not have any charge. Okay, neutron does not have any charge. Here the proton, electron, neutron are called as subatomic particles. Here proton was discovered by Rutherford. Proton was discovered by Rutherford or Goldstein. Here electron was discovered by Thomson. J.J. Thomson. Here neutron was discovered by Chadwick. These are the three different types of subatomic particles which are present in an atom. So these are called subatomic particles. You have already learned about three subatomic particles and how these are arranged in different atoms in previous class, that is present in class 9th. In that Thomson model of atom and Rutherford model of an atom, and that is alpha scattering experiment, alpha particle scattering experiment, and Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, Bohr's model of an atom, you have already studied in the previous class. Okay, now we are going to discuss based on the previous knowledge. I would like to ask three questions, that is how do atoms are arranged in an element? How do atoms are arranged in an element? I would like to ask three questions, that is do all the atoms have same subatomic particles? Once again, do all the atoms have same subatomic particles, and how the particles are arranged in an atom? How atoms of one element differ from atoms of another one element? Here, to understand the above questions, you need to understand the nature of light. Okay, you must understand the nature of light and colored flames and their characteristics. Okay, now we are going to discuss about what is the nature of wave. The nature of light, in that take a stone and throw into still water. Okay, take a stone and throw into the still water, you that observe the ripples, you observe the ripples that can transform disturbance in the form of wave, on the surface of the water. So like that, you know, sound waves are produced when an object vibrates. Sound waves are produced when an object is vibrates like a drum. Okay, here sound waves are and water waves are you are observed how it will be produced. Here also the vibrating bodies will produce the sound. Vibrating bodies produce the sound. This vibrating, due to how vibrating will be produced means the heat energy which is present inside the body, due to heat energy the vibration will be take place. The vibration of body will cause to produce the electric field and magnetic field in an object. When these two fields are produced in an object, electric field and magnetic field which are perpendicular to each other in the propagation of direction. This is called wave nature of light. This is called wave nature of light. When wave nature of or electromagnetic waves are like ocean waves that have two properties, that is called wavelength and frequency. These two properties are important, wavelength and frequency. Here first one, wavelength. Wavelength means the distance between two consecutive thrust or trough is called wavelength. Once again, wavelength means the distance between two consecutive troughs or crust is called wavelength. For example, take this is a wave. This is a wave. This higher peak is called crust. This lower peak is called trough. Okay. This is the first peak. This is the second peak. The distance between these two consecutive crust or the distance between two consecutive troughs is called wavelength. Wavelength is denoted with lambda. Wavelength is denoted with lambda. Okay. Here next another important point is frequency. Frequency means the number of waves that are passed through the given point in 1 second time is called frequency. Once again, the number of waves that are passed through the given point in 1 second is called frequency. Frequency is denoted with nu. It is called nu. Here the relation between wavelength and frequency is taken as wavelength lambda is inversely proportional to its frequency. That means when wavelength increase, frequency will be decrease. When frequency increase, wavelength will be decrease. Instead of inversely proportional, when we take a constant that is equal to c into lambda into nu. Here c indicates the speed of light. C indicates the speed of light. That is equal to its value 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. Okay, this is the speed of light. Next, spectrum. Spectrum means the characteristic wavelength of electromagnetic radiation that observed or emitted of any object is called spectrum. Okay, once again, spectrum means the characteristics wavelength of electromagnetic radiation that is observed or emitted of an object is called spectrum. Best example of the spectrum is called rainbow. Formation of the rainbow. Here, in formation of rainbow, it has mainly 7 colors, that is V, I, B, G, Y, O, V, O, R. Okay, these are the colors which are appear in the rainbow formation. That means V means violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. These are colors which are appear in the rainbow. This is the best example for the spectrum. in that the light which is we are seeing with our naked eye, it is called visible spectrum. It is called visible spectrum. The entire range of electromagnetic wave frequencies is called electromagnetic spectrum. This is also very, very important. Electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum. What is mean by electromagnetic spectrum? Means the entire range of electromagnetic wave frequencies of light is called electromagnetic spectrum. In electromagnetic spectrum, one intensity of each color varies from one point to another one. Here you can observe the electromagnetic spectrum in the following diagram. Okay. And the different rays will be appear in the electromagnetic spectrum. Next, Max Planck. Max Planck, here according to Max Planck, the energy is transformed in the form of multiplies of h nu. Okay, h nu, here h is equal to, we take as Planck constant. H is equal to, we taken as Planck constant. Nu is equal to frequency. Nu is equal to frequency. Here according to wave theory, we learned about that the electromagnetic radiation will be passed from one point to another point in the form of waves. But according to Max Planck, the energy is transformed from one point to another point from multiples of h mu. Multiples of h mu. Here the multiple of h mu means it is the energy will be transformed from one point to another point like this in the form of multiplies of h mu, that is equal to, here according to wave theory, it describe the only how the energy will be transformed. That means it will be transformed in the wave, but according to Max Planck, it will be the energy will be transformed multiplies of h mu, that is equal to, here some energy is there. In next step, it will be multiplied with constant values and it will be multiplied. Finally, we said that it is concluded with energy particles, or energy is transformed from one place to another place with both properties, that are first one wave character and second one particle nature. Okay.